In this video, we will explain how to connect a receipt printer and a label printer to your device using wireless LAN. Before using the printer wirelessly, you need to configure some settings. Additionally, during the initial setup, you will need to connect a LAN cable to the printer. First, we will connect the printer to a network device using a LAN cable. Next, access the settings screen from a PC connected to the same network, and then configure the wireless LAN settings. If you cannot use a network that automatically assigns an IP address, you can configure the printer by directly connecting the PC to it with a LAN cable. This process is explained in another video. The basic steps to set up the printer for wireless LAN use are as follows. First, connect a LAN cable and a wireless LAN adapter, and then perform a test print to check the IP address. Next, access the printer using a web browser, then configure the IP address and any wireless LAN settings, before disconnecting the LAN cable. Now, let me explain step by step. Connect a LAN cable to a network device, and then connect the other end of the cable to the printer. Connect a wireless LAN adapter to the USB port of the network board. If your network board has two USB ports, you can use either one. Turn on the printer. Please wait for about 90 seconds. There is a panel button near the LAN cable connector. Once you press this button, the current network information will be printed, including the assigned IP address. The position and shape of the panel button may vary depending on the model. If you cannot press the button with your finger, please use a pen or a similar object. Press the button once briefly. Look for the IP address in the printed information. The IP address can be found under Current Network Status as IP address, or under TCP IP as IP address. The network automatically assigns the IP address by default, which means that DHCP is enabled. In an environment where the IP address is automatically assigned, you only need to wait for approximately 90 seconds for the IP address to be assigned. The assigned IP address will depend on your environment, but typically starts with 192.168. If the address shows 0.0.0.0, please wait for a little longer and then try printing again. If a static IP address has already been set and communication is not possible, please try initializing the network board. The initializing steps vary depending on the type of network board. Check the model name in the information printed earlier. If the model name contains WF such as IF1WFX4 or IF2WFX5, please follow the steps below. Press and hold the panel button until the buzzer sounds. Once you release the button, press and hold it again within 3 seconds. Once this message has been printed, the initialization is complete. If the model name contains ES such as IF5ES04, press and hold the button until the orange LED indicator lights up. Check that the green LED located under the button turns off once and then lights up again. If the address starts with 169.254 or shows not connected after waiting for a few minutes, please consult your network administrator. Once an available IP address has been allocated, you can access the printer from a PC that is on the same network. Open a web browser and enter the IP address shown on the printed information. The screen will display LAN board or link server. Now, we will set the static IP address. While setting a static IP address is not necessary, it is recommended for stable operation. In this video, we will configure a static IP address, followed by the wireless LAN settings. The steps vary slightly depending on the type of network board, so we will explain them step by step. Go to the config page and log in. Obtain an IP address automatically under TCP IP is the setting for automatically assigning an IP address. To set a static IP address, select Use the following IP address. Enter the desired IP address in the IP address field. Which IP address to set depends on the configuration, situation, or policy of your network. If you are unsure about this, please consult your network administrator. Also, enter the subnet mask and default gateway. Click on Submit. Then OK. Next, go to the Wireless LAN tab. You can configure the settings for the wireless connection, such as SSID, password, and security settings. Use Scan Access Point to automatically fill in the settings, except for a password. Click Start button under the Scan AP. Now, the network board will start detecting available access points automatically. Select your access point from the list. Click Set located at the bottom of the page. Enter the password. And then click Submit. Click OK. Finally, go to the Maintenance tab. Click Save and Reboot. And then click Yes. Now, the settings for the static IP address and wireless LAN are complete. As a side note, you can manually enter the settings for the wireless LAN, such as SSID, without searching for access points. Check the wireless LAN settings of your access point, then enter them. Please note that we cannot access the information about your network device, such as SSID, password, and security settings, and we cannot provide support for these. If you are unsure about these, please contact your network administrator. Disconnect the LAN cable to enable the wireless LAN. A connectivity condition of wireless LAN can be checked by the LED on the network board. Please check this LED. When the green LED blinks in a 2-second cycle and the red LED lights up, a wireless connection will be available. If the red LED keeps blinking, a wireless connection is not available. Please check the explanations we have provided in this video. If you cannot see the LED, check the information printed when you press the panel button. When the static IP address or the subnet mask that you have configured is reflected under Current Network Status, and the SSID is reflected under Wireless LAN Status, the settings are complete. If not connected or scanning is shown in the printed information, you are unable to connect to the printer. If the situation doesn't improve after a few minutes, please check the explanations we have provided in this video. Note that you should be careful not to initialize the network board settings when printing the information. Click TCP/IP under Configuration. Enter the static IP address in the IP address field. Which IP address to set depends on the configuration, situation, or policy of your network. If you are unsure about this, please consult your network administrator. Also, enter subnet mask and gateway. Uncheck the boxes for DHCP, bootp, and zero-conf to set a static IP address. Click Save. The network board will restart. Next, we will set the wireless LAN settings. However, if the IP address provided by a DHCP server is different from the static IP address configured earlier, we cannot access the settings screen. In this case, please enter the static IP address in the address bar of your web browser. Click Wireless under Configuration. Click Take a setting from the wireless site survey to search for access points. Click the desired access point. The SSID and security settings have been filled in automatically. Enter the password. Click Save. Now, the settings for the static IP address and wireless LAN are complete. As a side note, you can manually enter the settings for the wireless LAN, such as SSID, without searching for access points. Check the wireless LAN settings of your access point, then enter them. If the text fields are not visible in the settings screen, please change the mode option to infrastructure. Please note that we cannot access the information about your network device, such as SSID, password, and security settings, and we cannot provide support for these. If you are unsure about these, please contact your network administrator. Next, enable the network board's wireless mode. First, turn off the printer. Disconnect the LAN cable. Turn on the printer again. If you turn on the printer with the LAN cable connected, the network board cannot enable the wireless mode. So, if you want to use wireless LAN, please disconnect the LAN cable from the printer before turning on the printer. The status of wireless connection can be checked by the LED on the network board. When this green LED lights up, a wireless connection will be available. If the LED remains off or keeps blinking, a wireless connection is not available. Please check the explanations we have provided in this video. If you cannot see the LED, check the information printed when you press the panel button. When the static IP address or the subnet mask that you have configured is reflected under TCP/IP, and the SSID is under wireless, and the mode shows completed, the settings are complete. If the mode shows scanning, you are unable to connect to the printer. If the situation doesn't improve after a few minutes, please check the explanations we have provided in this video. Note that you should be careful not to initialize the network board settings when printing the information. In this video, we have configured the minimum settings to use a wireless LAN. If you want to know the other settings, please refer to the manual for your network board. Now, perform a connectivity check. For example, we will use a Windows PC that is connected to the same network as the printer. Press the Windows key and R simultaneously on your keyboard. Type CMD in the text box and click OK. For example, if you want to use 192.168.3.152, type ping 192.168.3.152. Press the Enter key, and the response status from the printer will be displayed in several lines. If you see a response like this, it means the IP address has been set correctly. If you see destination host unreachable, it might mean the settings are wrong. Next, we will explain the troubleshooting, so please check it. Check that the SSID and password you entered are correct. Please be careful if it includes a mix of uppercase letters, lowercase letters, or symbols. Also, please take care with the letters that are often misread, such as these examples. Make sure that the security system of the access point matches that of the printer. If not, you cannot use the wireless LAN. Additionally, if the security system of the printer is not compatible with that of the access point, you cannot use the wireless LAN. For information about the compatible security systems of the printer, please refer to your network board's manual. Wireless LAN is affected by electromagnetic waves generated by microwaves, Bluetooth devices, and other sources. There is a risk of connection problems, such as reduced connection speed or disconnection, due to these effects. If a problem due to the connection environment occurs, please try the following. Move the printer closer to the access point. Keep the printer away from microwaves, Bluetooth devices, and other sources. Additionally, due to your network's rules, it may not be possible to set a static IP address. Please consult your network administrator about the following. Whether it is allowed to use a static IP address, which IP addresses are available for use, whether there is any overlap with other devices' IP addresses. That concludes how to connect a receipt printer and a label printer to your device using wireless LAN.